Okay, right. Slay the Spire boss relic tier list. Okay, now this is like boss relics feels like one of the most important decisions you have to make in the game. Although obviously you only get 3 options, so you don't have that much to choose from. Sometimes it's pretty obvious which is the best one. But yeah. Right. I guess we'll do it in order. Astrolabe. Astrolabe. I feel like Astrolabe is, if you get it at the start, oh, I guess they're good at different times, right? So you can get the boss relic at the start when you swap, or you can get the boss relic after the first boss, or you can get it after the second boss. So they're better at different times. So this will just be like an overall ranking, right? It won't be like overall how good it is. Like I feel like Astrolabe at the end of Act 2, it's not really good. I feel like if you get it straight away, it's nuts. Like, if you get a boss relic swap, it's nuts. And if you get it in Act 1, it's okay. It's probably like middle, like amazing early on, bad late on, okay in the middle. It's probably like a B. It's kind of a middle ground relic. Like, I don't pick it that often because I think there's quite a few better ones. But it is pretty good. Oh, I need some like way more chill music. Holy crap, man, this is too much. Alright. Okay. Sadly, I have to go now. Please make this tier list a YouTube video. We might do that. We might do that. Yeah, I'm going to be uploading videos. Even though I'm going to be away next week, should have a video up every day. Right, anyway. This is called like Black Blood, right? So this is just for Ironclad, and it makes, instead of healing for 6, you heal for 12 after each fight. This feels... Oh, we need to make an F tier. Hang on a second. Where's F? F tier. Actually, we'll just make the DNF. There we go, that's better. That works, that works. Okay. S, A, B, C, F. Okay. Black Blood. Oh, I feel like Black Blood's really bad. It's really bad. Like, maybe even F. Extra healing's good. Against bosses and stuff later on, it doesn't help you at all. It's only good in, like, the hall. If you're doing lots of hallway fights, it's okay. I think it really sucks, man. I'm gonna put an F. I think it's really bad. Right, Black Star. So, every time you kill an elite, you get 2 relics instead of 1. Doesn't do anything other than that, though, so it doesn't provide you any strength, which makes it quite risky. If you get it early on, it could be insane. Like, our defect run we had today, we smashed it with Black Star. We were popping off, and it was really good. But the later you get it, the less effective it is, and it's not providing you any immediate value. So it can't be an S. It can be nuts, though. I think I'm going to give it an A. Like, it can pop off. Maybe like a low A. Maybe like a low A or like a high B. But we'll put it in an A for now. Right, Busted Crown. So, Busted Crown is gain 1 energy, but you only get offered 1 card instead of 3. So, early on, this is, like, really bad. Like, I think if you get this after the Act 2 boss, it's pretty good. Because you've already, most of the time, by the end of Act 2, you've added a lot of stuff to your deck already. You maybe don't need to add that many more cards, and the energy's really good. So, I think later on, this one's really good. But early on, it's really bad. I'm gonna give it like a C. Because like if you can either get the boss swap at the start or after Act 1 boss. I feel like both of those times you don't really want it most of the time. Right. Calling Bell. So you get a curse that you can't remove from your deck, but you get 3 random relics. I mean, this is just totally RNG. Like, sometimes I've got the Calling Bell and it's been, I've got relics that are completely useless. You're obviously putting a curse in your deck as well. I mean, sometimes you can get curse synergy stuff. Like the thing that gives you strength for each curse in your deck. So if you've got that, Calling Bell becomes slightly better. I don't love it. I'm never, like, super happy about it, to be honest. Maybe it's a B. I'm thinking about C, but maybe C is a bit harsh. I think maybe C. We'll leave it there for now. I might move it. Right, Coffee Dripper. So you gain energy, 1 energy, but you can't rest at campsites. I love Coffee Dripper. Like, most of the time, I don't want to rest anyway. Like, you want to upgrade stuff? So Coffee Dripper's like an S. Coffee Dripper's almost always great. I love Coffee Dripper. Okay, Cursed Key. You get 1 energy. But whenever you open a chest, you get a curse. Like, you can just not open chests. Like, if you're going for the heart, you can just open, like, 1 chest, right? Get 1 curse and then remove the curse. And that's generally fine and worth it for 1 energy. I would say it's definitely better than the Crown, but it's not as good as Coffee Dripper. I think it's generally quite good. I'm gonna put an A. I think Curse Key's solid. I think it's one of the better energy. It's not like top 2. It's maybe like the 4th or 5th best energy relic, and there's a lot of energy relics. Ectoplasm. Oh man, Ectoplasm is like, it's another one kind of similar to Crown, where if you get it at the end of Act 2, it's okay because you've had loads of time to get gold. But if you get it at the start, not getting gold really sucks. I feel like adding cards to your deck is, like, more valuable than... Well, gold is good, but I mean, like... With Busted Crown, it's hard to put together a deck that does anything. With the Slime, you can put together a deck that does something, it's just you don't have gold. You can't get Ectoplasm in Act 2? Oh, can't you? That's random. Okay. So you can't even get it after the Act 2 boss. Oh god, okay. That probably moves it down a tier. I was thinking about putting it in B, but I'm probably gonna put it in C now. Yeah, it can stay in C. Right, Empty Cage. Remove 2 cards from your deck. Generally always a good thing. There's no downside to Empty Cage. You don't get any extra energy, but you're removing stuff from your deck. In certain scenarios, it's like removing cards from your deck is like the best thing. But I'd probably put it in B. I think it's fine. It's not the worst thing, but it's not amazing. It's okay. Frozen Core is trash. I hate this thing. I hate Frozen Core. We had a run with it today. It was the most useless thing ever. Alright, Smith Hammer. So 1 energy, but you can't smith anymore. Definitely better than these 2. Definitely better than these 2. But how good is it? Is it A or is it B? It's definitely an A or a B. I really like upgrading. Like, if you get it at the end of Act 2, I think it's really good, because you've had lots of time to upgrade stuff. I'm gonna put it in B. I'm gonna put it in B. Okay. Right. How is the key A tier? Because with the key, I feel like all you need to do is you just skip one chest. And then the second chest, you take it and then remove the curse from your deck. And that feels fine. That seems like much less of a downside than getting no gold and only getting off of 2 cards. Like, the downside is so much lower than these other energy relics. Right, this one is like, I don't know what this is called, but this is the Watcher one. I don't know if I've even taken this one before. I'm not sure if I've ever taken this before, but it seems quite good. It's extra miracles, right? It's called Pure Water. Is that what it's called? I don't know. Pure Water? Okay. It seems pretty good. I'd probably put it in A. It's extra energy. You get to choose when to spend the energy. It's not every single turn, like the other energy relics, but there's no downside, right? So I think A seems fine. The kite. Kite is, I think, is it just for silent, I think? And it's discard sent. It's whenever you discard a card for the first time, gain 1 energy. This is potentially energy with no downside. So I think I'm going to put this in A as well. In fact, it might even be S. Like, in the right deck. In the right deck, Kite is, like, nuts. It could just be 1 energy with literally no downside. But you don't always have that much discard synergy. So I'm going to put it in A. Inserter. Every 2 turns, gain 1 orb slot. This is pretty good at our defect run earlier. It's quite slow, though. Like, if you get at the end of Act 1, it's pretty slow. It might even be C. Oh, God, C? It was really good in that run earlier. I'm going to put it in B. I'm going to put it in B. I think it's okay. It's only a good thing, but it's just a bit slow. Right, Mark of Pain. So I think this is also just Ironclad. Wait, does Ironclad have 2 relics only the Ironclad can get? Wait, no, I think everyone does have, right? Yeah, Defect has this one and the energy. Silent has the kite and the serpent ring. Oh, and the Mark of Pain. Wait, does Silent have 3? Silent has the kite. And the one that makes 0 things better. And the ring. Defect has Frozen Core. Oh, yeah, Frozen Core. Okay, actually, there's... Wait, can only Ironclad be offered the curse key? No, I don't think so, right? I think anyone can get that. Anyway. Mark of Pain. Gain 1 energy, but shuffle 2 wounds into your deck. Wounds are pretty bad. But you get 1 energy, which is great. I feel like on Ironclad, you really want energy. Also, there are some cards that synergize with the wounds, right? So you can have cards that... You've got lots of ways of exhausting the wounds, and you've got the power that does damage when you draw status cards. You've got cards that draw cards when you draw a status card. So I think Mark of Pain is, like, pretty good as well. Maybe like an A. Right, I think this is called like Plasma Core or something. They all have 3 except Watcher, which has 2. So Plasma Core's got like... It's what it channels... Wait, does it replace the Lightning Core? Or is it just an extra... Is it an energy as well as the Lightning? I think it's as well as, right? Like the Frozen Core replaces the Lightning Claw. But I think this one's as well as, rather than replacing it. So it's 1 energy on turn 1. Usually 1 energy on turn 2. But then eventually the energy goes away. But again, there's not really a downside. I haven't actually used this one that much. I'll probably put an A. Pretty fine. Alright, Pandora's Box. Oh god. I've had very mixed results with Pandora's Box. I've had some Pandora's Box where we get it at the start, and it's amazing, and it carries. And then I've had some where suddenly we just have no block, and we just die. So Pandora's is super interesting, but it's not reliable. It usually gives you a lot of things that don't have synergy. You can get rare. It can give you like rare cards quite early on though, or particularly strong cards quite early on. Like if you get it at the start, like the very start where you do the boss swap, I think it's really good. Like maybe even like S. If you get it right at the start, I think it's like an S maybe. But then the later on you get it in the run, the worse it becomes. Like if you get it at the start, it's like an S. If you get it after the first boss, it's like maybe an A. If you get after that, it's probably like a C. I'll put an A. I'll put an A. Alright, Philosopher's Stone. Philosopher's Stone always feels so risky. 1 energy, but give enemies 1 strength. I think it's just a B. I think it's a B. Especially now I'm going for the heart every time. It's like the heart, it gives the heart more damage. It's kind of sketchy. Ring of the Snake. Okay, this is garbage. Absolute garbage, F tier. Useless. Wait, what does this do again? I think this is like whenever you take damage, draw a card or something. Garbage. F. Runic Dome. I mean, for me, not knowing what the enemies are going to do is pretty hard for me. Because I don't know all of I know a lot of what the enemies do, but not all of them. And not, like, the order they do stuff in. Always. It can be... It feels just so risky. It's just so risky. Like, for someone who knows the game inside out, maybe it's like an S or an A. But for me, it's more like a B or a C. Who cares what enemies are doing if you play all your cards? For me, I'm going to have to put it in C, just because I think it screwed me a lot of times. Right, Runic Pyramid. So, it's retain your hand at the end of the turn. Pyramid feels quite deck dependent. Like, there's certain decks where Pyramid is not helping at all. And there's certain decks where Pyramid just completely hard carries solo. I think it's A. I think Pyramid's good. Pyramid's good. It's not always good, though. It's not always good. But A seems fine. Right, bark. So this doubles the effectiveness of your potions. I might have taken this once. It's garbage, right? Whenever I see it, I think, wow, that's trash. But when I look at these other 4 in F tier, it's probably better than these 4. It's probably better than these 4. So I'm going to be generous and put it in C. This is very generous. Very generous. Right. Sleever's Collar. The downside is it's blocking you from getting a better boss relic. Yeah. Huge downside. So this is you only get 1 energy during boss and elite combats, right? I feel like this is okay. If you can dodge a lot of normal enemies, I feel like this can screw you. If you have to do lots of normal enemies, like you're quite weak in normal enemy fights. But if you can like do events and shops and campfires and just elites, this is pretty good. But I don't think you can do that often. So I'm going to give it like a B. Right, Snecko is like S. Easy S for Snecko. Easy S for Snecko. Sozu! Easy S for Sozu. Best relics in the game. Best relics in the game. Okay, like these are the best 3, I think. Actually, wait, Tiny House. So this is garbage. That's F. Collar restricts you to only playing 6 cards a turn. This is very deck dependent. I think Collar can be okay, but in some decks it's really just unplayable. So it's probably again like a B. And Mark of Pain. So your 0 cost attacks deal 4 extra damage. I actually think this is nuts. Like, actually, whenever I get this, it's so good every time. Well, if you've got a poison deck, it's not good. If you've got a poison deck, it's not good. I might even give it an S, though. It's, like, so strong. Maybe an A. Maybe an S is too much. I don't know. I think it's really good. There it is. There's the tier list. All right. Thoughts? What are the best and worst takes? I mean, I think this is pretty good. Like, this is probably Snecko, Sozu, and Coffee Dripper are probably the 3 I take the most. That are like the generic ones for everyone. It's utter garbage. Pyramid not always good, so not S tier. Wrist Blades always good, so S tier.